What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe before you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, LeBron James is being brought up in a whole bunch of different, going to a bunch of different teams, right? First, it was him staying with the Lakers. Then it was him Miami. Now it's LeBron James being connected to Cleveland, then now Golden State, right? And I think it's showing how desperate LeBron James and his camp is. Once once other players like Giannis got signed, and then you still have LeBron out there. Then you have Austin Reeves. He got the big deal, and that big deal right there didn't make LeBron James look all that. It just made it look like LeBron James is in a tight situation. And LeBron James, in my opinion, is getting desperate, right? And so LeBron James is pulling out all the stuff. He got Shannon Sharp, you know, uh, co-signing on different things. First, Shannon Sharp was saying, well, he should go to Miami. Now Shannon Sharp is saying, well, wow, what about if him and AD go to Golden State? That'd be good, right? And when you think about it, none of the scenarios that Shannon Sharp or anybody bring up really, you can't put him in a situation where as though he's a threat to the top teams in the East or the top teams in the West. Like he not, no matter who you can pair him up with, even if you sent LeBron James, I think if you send him to Miami with Giannis, I don't think that makes them a threat to the Knicks in the East. And depending on how Boston, what they do with Jaylen Brown, I don't think it makes them a threat to Jaylen Brown. Now, when you think about the West, right? I don't think if you put LeBron James, no matter who you team him up with, I don't think LeBron James is going to be a threat to OKC. I don't think he's going to be a threat to San Antonio. I don't. But the media and Clutch Sports wants you to think that, like LeBron James is somebody who can shift the power of any the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference, depending on where he go at. And that's not the truth. That's not true at all. So what I want to do though, I just want to show you how Shannon Sharp is trying to make it seem like, if LeBron teams up with AD and they go to Golden State, that it's going to make a difference. Remember, AD can't even stay healthy. Then you got LeBron James is going into like year number 24. So, like I said, they're not a threat to anybody, but they want you to think that these guys are a threat.
Let me know what you think about this. According to Kevin O'Connor, the Golden State Warriors want to reunite LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the Bay Area. A trade for Davis would include Jimmy Butler, who's on an expiring $57 million contract while recovering from a torn ACL. The Warriors would also have to include draft capital. They have two future firsts and 4 first-round pick swaps to work with any deal. Sources say the Warriors hope adding Davis would help lure LeBron from Los Angeles to the Bay once free agency officially opens on June 30th. The pitch would be simple: reunite AD, team him up with Steph and Draymond, and play for Kerr and chase one more championship with a roster of legends.
No.
Yeah, and so right off the bat, Chad said no, right? And I agree with Chad. Number one, like I said, I would prefer at this point in time, I would prefer to have Jimmy Butler coming off an injury than to bring in Anthony Davis, right? Over the last couple years, like Anthony Davis basically hadn't even really been playing. He didn't play when he was in Dallas that last year. Then when they moved him over to DC, he hadn't played. So to me, that really, it don't move the needle, right? And so, like I said, you bringing in LeBron James again, it don't move the needle. But what's going on here is everybody who's involved in this situation is clutch. They're under clutch management. You got LeBron James, you got Anthony Davis, and so they're even saying that what's the other guy? Draymond Green turned down. He declined a deal, right? So these guys are all they conspiring together to try to keep LeBron James, in the league or in the loop.
Oh, no. Do you like this?
Hey, look. Don't threaten me with no good time now. I like a good time. Okay? Hey, let me tell you something. Man, if you can get AD and Bron over there, I'm sorry, Jimmy. We're gonna have to holler at you, bro. Hey, I know they'll be a little older, but I would love to see that. I would love to see that. In the Western Conference, shh.
They was already in the Western Conference. So I don't understand what Joe Johnson trying to make it seem, like that's so appealing. They were already in the Western Conference. I think they played like 6 years together, or maybe 6 or 7 years together, right? No, I think because LeBron James played, he'd been over there for 8 years, 2 years with Lucas. So they played like 6 years together, and then they won that bubble championship. So, and both of those guys really underperformed with the Lakers. And so now you want to take the fact that they underperformed with the Lakers and then bring that to Golden State. Is all a play. It's all a distraction.
Bron, Steph, AD, Draymond, man, them folk be over there clowning.
Man, it's cute, but no.
Can you imagine the space? Can you imagine the space?
Now, just all right. So Chad Johnson just said it's cute, but no, he not even buying it at all. Shannon Sharp not even acknowledging what Chad just said. He just going into his spill about LeBron James and just trying to sell it.
That Steph would have to work with.
Yes.
With AD down low, with LeBron running the point. Because you saw how Bron was finding him. Bron has never played with a shooter. He's played with some guys that can shoot the ball, but nothing like this. Nobody, every time somebody plays with Steph, I've never played with, we know. We know.
Hey, yeah. Bron and Draymond would probably have the ball handling duties. Okay, Ocho. Mm-hmm. But man, that'll be
that right there. All right, so Draymond is used to facilitating for Steph Curry. Now, if you bring LeBron James to this team, what happens to what role does Draymond Green play once you bring LeBron James to this team? That's why another thing, they act like this chemistry is going to be automatic. Personally, I don't think it will work. Bringing LeBron James over there with Draymond, I just don't really think it'll work. Draymond is used to playing at a certain level, and LeBron take off plays, or maybe both of those guys will really get along because they both flop, and they both, kind of dramatic. So maybe they would get along with something like that.
Something to see, because these are all guys who've already won. They've already proven anything you can think of. And for all of them to come together, man, in the Western Conference, it's the West thick, boy. If that's to happen, I ain't gonna lie, Unc, I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see it. What you gonna do, man? You gonna have to be a Warriors fan now.
God dang.
Hey, listen, it look good.
I guess hey, me and 40 want to have to be sitting next to each other.
They don't want Chad Johnson to think, especially Shannon Sharp. He keep cutting Chad Johnson off. He don't want him to respond at all.
Ocho, tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. Jesus Christ had dressed, so shake him. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some.
Hey, yeah.
Hebrews.
It sound good. It look good on paper, though. No.
What you mean, nah?
Nah, I mean, it look good. It sound good. Listen, obviously you know who LeBron is. You know what he does. Every team he goes to, he makes them exceptionally better, even at his age. Pairing up with Steph is cool. AD, yeah, he probably gonna give you 15 games, so you really can't count on him. I'm not being disrespectful, man.
Dennis down ass.
Yeah, right.
I don't even think he gave DC the Wizards 15 games last year. I don't think he gave them that much. So I think Chad Johnson being a little bit, he being a little bit generous.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest.
Womp womp womp. Oh, man.
I'm just being honest, man.
Man, Chad, y'all see how Joe and I were excited, and here this man go. His time to talk, and he just ruined the whole mood.
I'm not trying to. I'm just being realistic. That's something y'all are not being.
Man, you know what?
Yeah, I agree with Chad Johnson. They just not being realistic, man. You put a whole bunch of older guys together that are not that everybody. All of these guys are past their prime. And you got all these young horses in the league. You got Victor Wembanyama, you got Shea Gilgeous, you got Anthony Edwards, you know, in the West, and you know, man, oh man, they gonna have a rough go at it night after night. And those are just the good teams, right? Just imagine them going against the younger teams, you know, with all that energy, and you know, and the NBA season is a long, grueling season. No, I definitely don't think this gonna work. So I'm with Chad on this one, man. That's just not gonna work. And it just, to me, it's just showing how desperate LeBron James is. But I gotta admit, they got everybody in on it. They got Draymond Green in on it. They got Shannon Sharp in on it. You know, Anthony Davis, he wants out of, you know, reports of that he wants out of DC. But in my opinion, man, you know, it. Yeah, LeBron James grasping for straws. Is you know, he looking desperate, and so you know, that's my take though. But make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna check y'all out on the next video.